Relaxing morning. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know I've said before, and I know, some people, uh, from an astrological, general astrological perspective, whatever, we may attribute arrogance, egotism, being haughty, having the hubris, you feel me, holier than thou, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Having these different qualities attributed to the sun astrologically and whatnot, right? And though it is true, the sun can showcase a person having these certain things about them, uh, whenever the sun is, you know, placed in a certain way within the chart and whatnot, right? But I don't necessarily think that these are the inherent expressions of the sun itself. To what the sun really stands for, you feel me? Like the core or one of the core expressions of the sun is being the way shower, being truthfully the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the general or the traditional role of a father, right? Is you pretty much live for your family. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much, you know what I'm saying? You are the strong man, you are the king, you are the leader of that household, you are the lawgiver and whatnot, right? You go to work, you earn your wage and whatnot, you come home, you make sure that you know what I'm saying, the kids is doing their chores or whatnot, washing the dishes, raking the yard, you feel me, getting straight A's in school or whatever and whatnot, right? You supervising and making sure everything is flowing how it's supposed to flow. You know what I'm saying? Bills getting paid. You know, your wife getting fucked. You feel me? Like you pretty much fulfilling the fatherly responsibilities or whatnot. But ultimately, it's not that you're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for your family. You're doing this because they can't do it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're being a support unto those who are unable to support themselves. That's the role of us of the sun, even from a solar system perspective or whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Without the light, without the radiance, without the, the energetic support or emission of the sun, there would be no life on Earth. You know what I'm saying? The solar system wouldn't even be uh operating in the way that it's currently operating or whatnot without the sun's gravity tying, the rotation of the planets to it. So yeah, it's not about self absorption, or it's not about becoming overly egotistical. It's not about being the most popular, being the head nigga in charge. It's not about being the glorified exalted king or whatever. It's not about all of these different things. This can Having the title of father, having the title of king can lead a person to start to feel that type of way about themselves. So I would more so say, pride is one of the potential downfalls of the sun position, but it's not the inherent purpose or feng shui of the sun, if that makes sense, right? It's really, the sun really has a spiritual role, to be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even from a Vedic perspective, like they say, you can't attain Swarga, or you can't attain the heavens and liberate your ancestors if you don't father a child. You know what I'm saying? If you don't actually birth a creation, not yourself, or at least adopt something and cultivate it, grow it, nourish it, install or instill knowledge, creativity, excellence, discipline, routine action. You feel me? If you don't instill these types of qualities into a being that you supervise or oversee, and lead them out into the world to become the successful young man or woman that they're supposed to be, without doing this, they say that you have no hope of liberating yourself, or attaining the liberation of your ancestors or whatnot, right? And I feel like, it's pretty much like a baton race within this creation, right? Like, we're all racing towards some endpoint destination of, whether it's Cavalia, total union with the self supreme spiritual enlightenment, whatever people want to call it. But in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't carry the race out ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like my genetic DNA, my blueprint, my information. You know what I'm saying? My skills, my talents, and my abilities. I won't necessarily hold with me on this earth for infinity, right? I gotta leave this earth at some particular time, right? So all the things that I've known, that I've cultivated, all of the things that I've experienced or whatever, eventually will have to be passed on to somebody else for them to, you know what I'm saying, unlock those particular puzzles, master, delete whatever codes that need to be deleted, and continue the way, right? Because it's like we're all engaging in some type of collective effort, conscious and unconscious, towards the perfected state of being, I guess, if people want to call it or whatnot, right? And that's one of the son's main positions. Showing up as the king, getting the work done. You're getting the work done. It's not for yourself, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? You enjoying some of the fruits of being the king, but at the same time, you're really doing it for your children, your descendants, the ancestors, the lineage, the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? You upholding the way. You're doing a lot of cleansing, a lot of freedom, bringing a lot of liberation to those that might be locked in certain patterns, locked in certain lines of thought. You feel me? Trapped in certain ways, or succumbed with certain illnesses and different things of this nature. Whatever. You really a life bringer, a life bringer. That is the function of the sun. You know what I'm saying? So when you think of the sun, think of that. Think of the one who illuminates. Think of the one who brings life, who brings abundance, who brings clarity, who brings strength, who brings vibrance to the being, to the mind, to the soul, or whatnot, right? And even from an astrological perspective, like Leos are some of the nicest, most supportive people that I've come across. Both of my parents are Leos, and you know what I'm saying. Both of my parents are very much so generous in giving, and pretty much sacrificed their lives for, you know, their children, even though they lived in different households. Like my parents split shortly after I was born or whatnot, and not even just that. Like, who else is famous Leos? Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is Leo in the Vedic system. Like Michael Jackson is an extremely nice nigga, for lack of better words. Extremely generous. You feel me? Michael Jackson ain't walk around like, you know, I'm God on earth, or you feel me? You niggas just here to serve me. Michael Jackson was pretty much a service unto humanity himself. You feel me? Who else is famous Leos? Even Lil B. You know what I'm saying? Lil B the bass guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was calling himself bass guy, you feel me? Even though he was calling himself a god, or you know, all of this different shit or whatever. People generally say like Lil B a cool nigga, a nice nigga, you feel me? Not an overly arrogant, egotistical nigga, you feel me? You ain't never seen Lil B out of his body yelling or screaming or on demon time and no crazy shit like that. Like, you know, like Leo personality, or that son personality, is generally very, it has a cool nature about it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say and whatnot. It's very abundant. It's very giving. You know what I'm saying? It's holy. The sun does have a holy nature and a holy character about it. Yeah. But yeah, Velocity Money, that's all I got for this video. I might add something to, shit. I might add something to the comments if anything else pop up in my mind, Velocity.